What could have developed into a major confrontation between the City of Carrollton, the Carrollton Police Department, and one local builder has now been resolved. The problem has been overcome, mainly because we had an opportunity today to talk to the builders concerned. Hi, what's your name?
Craig Cripple.
And Craig, you and your friend Lee Kendall were going to build a playhouse. What happened?
The police came by and told us we had to tear it down.
Why did he say?
He said I have to have a building permit.
Now, when you tried to get a building permit, what happened?
My mommy called the building permit workers, and my mommy asked them if I could have a building permit, and they said no.
And that's when you got in touch with Channel 8 News, and we got in touch with the building inspector for the City of Carrollton. And Craig, I'd like you to meet now Mr. Frank Kitchell. He has something for you. Mr. Kitchell?
Which? Glad to know you, Craig. I have for you a building permit issued by the City of Carrollton to Craig Trapole to build a clubhouse and playhouse.
Now, Mr. Witchell, we're going to let Craig nail this to the wall. Here, I've even got a hammer and a nail, Craig. And you go ahead and you and Lee put that up there on the wall. And as they do this, Mr. Kitchell, you got any words for them?
Build it according to all restrictions, Craig. I will make a final inspection and give you a certificate of occupancy when completed.
Is that all right with you now, Craig? No, don't nod. Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there you go. The building permit now goes up on the wall, and this confrontation has been resolved. After all, we did it the legal way. This is Jim Mitchell, Channel 8 News, on the move. How about that?
We have waited a considerable length of time, and although much work is being done, there is still difficulty on a day-to-day basis of using the telephone. So in the latter part of 1969, the council again reviewed the situation and decided that we really were not competent to analyze the telephone system and situation in our city, and that we needed someone with more expertise in the field to advise us as to where we did stand or where we didn't. Consequently, the city retained a firm of consultants who are experienced in this field to come in and make an on-site analysis and evaluation of the system as it is presently being operated.
I cannot give you an oversimplified statement. We do have problems. They are complex and cannot all be corrected immediately. But improvement has been made. I can assure you and all of our customers that we are aware of the problems that still exist, and we are correcting them as rapidly as possible. Task forces of technical experts are assisting us to keep service interruptions to a minimum during the massive expansion necessary to keep pace with the growth of Irving and to install the metro service. Local management and craft people have been and will continue to be expanded to meet the requirements. While I cannot give you a precise time frame, I must emphasize that we will move as quickly as possible.
Specifically, this press conference has been called to initiate a legal defense fund drive for City Councilman Price. Mr. Price has informed us of his intentions to take whatever legal steps are necessary to clear out the political pollution. Now, such legal action is expensive and certainly cannot be borne by any one individual. Now, this is the purpose of our committee, to raise the necessary funds. Now, Jesse Price is an average man of average means, and who we consider who has been attacked by, once again, politically motivated people. Now, therefore, we feel the citizens of Dallas will want to join us in contributing to a legal defense fund to defend City Councilman Jesse Price.
Mr. McMahan, how is... Hold it. Let's see something. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Start over. Mr. McMahan, how large is the budget for the year 1970-71?
The total operating budget for the 1970-71 fiscal year is $61,739,616. This is an increase of slightly over $8 million from the current year's budget.
How does this compare to budgets in the past as far as the amount of dollars involved?
Well, of course, this is the highest budget that has been submitted to the city. That I don't think should hardly be surprising, since you do have population growth and the impact of inflation on the dollars that the city must spend, and this tends, of course, and has tended to increase our costs.
Since this is the largest budget ever in Fort Worth history, does this mean that we'll have a tax rate this year increase, thanks of our economy at this time? Is there any possibility that maybe these projections will not hold up, and what will happen if we don't have the projected income that we're looking to?
Well, there is that possibility. We think that we projected revenues relatively conservatively based on what we know about economic trends at the present time. However, if the trend should continue sharply downward, then I think we would find in some instances that the projected total revenues in the budget would not be met. This would require an adjustment in some expenditure plans during the course of the year. We might find ourselves in a position where we would have to hold position vacancies and not replace employees who either retire or terminate for various reasons.
On a percentage basis, what are we spending most of our money for this next year?
Well, I think by far the biggest expenditure in the general fund is in the protection of life and property, and of course the general fund is the largest fund of the total city budget. That percentage, if I can check here, Art, is something in excess of 21%, I believe, of, oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry, it's in excess of 34% of the total general fund budget for the 1970-71.
Fire and police.
Fire and police protection, that's right. This also represents the area of the budget which received the largest increase in terms of additional personnel in the 1970-71 fiscal year.